Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I hope you're all doing well and your week's going good. I wanted to put together our journal for my 3 years on YouTube for everyone's journal cards and extras that you've all sent. So I thought I would start that today. I'm using a wallpaper cover. I put this on already because I do struggle with covers. Not always, but a lot of times I do. And so all I did was glue the two ends together. But the cover is 7 tall by 6 1/4 wide, 2-inch spine. And I have this tool to show you. I don't think I showed it before. Sorry if there's a glare. But Amanda, Create with Scrimping Mommy, was using this tool when she created one of her journal covers. And I was like, I need that because for spacing. So it's 5 tools in one. I'll leave the link for it, but it's called CY Fun Design 5-in-1 Book Cover Guide. It is a fantastic tool. So this part here is where you lay it in here for your spacing. This part I laid here, and I just put a line where the paper is, and that's where I cut, and that's how I got that. And then there's this one here. I don't remember what this one's for, but yeah, it is a fantastic tool. So if you do lots of hardcover journals, if you make them from scratch, it's a great tool for your spacing. And I mean, you don't have to buy it, of course. You can use a piece of chipboard, set it inside, and put your next piece up to it and have your spacing like that as well. That does work. So I thought I would just turn the camera on because this is what I was doing today, and thought you might like to come along and craft. So like I said, I just glued the two ends. I'm using my Fabri-Tac. I don't want this journal cover to come apart. And this is chipboard. Tracy had given me all of these bits, and they're called shapeables or something. They're for cutting into shapes, and they have tabs on the ends of them. I just cut the tabs off, and then I'm just going to do this. I do have my bone folder. I tucked in my corners so that you don't have that point that's there. I haven't done a cover like this in a little while, so it's going to be fun. I have papers picked out already. I thought if we have a chance, we can do that. Won't do any of the decorating today. That'll come if you want to see it. You know, if you want to do it together, then just let me know in the comments, and we can add in all the journal cards, and I'm hoping to add in some of the envelopes as well. On the pages, probably not as like in the signature itself, but on the pages. And I'd like to add all the little extras, what I can anyway. And I'm just putting that in there, just tucking it in. And then normally you would wait for things to dry. And so, let's see. Well, I guess that's going to be the cover. So that's like a bird flying away, but this wallpaper is beautiful. I had wanted this part to be the cover, but changed my mind because I wanted it to be taller. So this is just how it worked out. So I have this already, And I just cut it just so that there's a border around, just an edging that you can see going around there. So normally I cut these into pieces, but I didn't do that this time. So I'm only going to glue a portion of it at a time. And just make sure you get right to the edges. I won't be doing any sewing on this cover, obviously, because it's a chipboard cover. I just try to get it as straight as I can. Use your bone folder or use a old gift card, just something that you can spread your glue. And I don't want to go too fast because I'd like you to see what I'm doing in case you're going to make one for yourself. And I think I'm going to do 3 signatures. So I think there's glue there. So I'm going to just do that. And that's just spreading it out. Oops, sorry about that. You can use double-sided tape, but if you do that, please use wet glue as well. It just helps to make sure everything is glued down properly. I do not want anything to come up. Okay, then I'm just going to add glue to this, just so I don't have extra glue. There we go. I ended up with a little extra glue there, but that's okay. And so there we go. And I'm not going to go away and till it dries. I think I'll be okay. I just spread it. And that's good on that side. And then we'll do the same to this side. It sounds like I'm really pressing hard, doesn't it? But wallpaper is pretty tough, so it's not going to tear or anything. So there we go. So that will just have to dry. And then there's the beautiful cover. Good start. All right, so then I cut a piece of paper 2 inches by 7, so it's the height and then it's the width of the spine with a little bit of space on either side. And then this is where I will be putting my holes in the spine. So I'm just going to fold this. You can use a scoreboard if you want, if you're not comfortable with doing it this way. So then there we know where our middle mark is. And so because it's going to be 3 signatures, I'm going to bring in each side just to the score mark. Some journal sizes that I do a lot of, I will do a chipboard piece, and then I will just keep it on hand, and then I can just continually use it for marking. So like I said, if you don't want to do it by hand, then just use your score tool. You can use your ruler. So there. So we have for 3 signatures. So what you want to do is fold it in half. And then this will be your center. I'm going to put pencil marks so you'll be able to see it. So if you want to have your top holes, you can do it completely in half like this. I'm not going to. I'm going to, let me just measure it for you. I folded the top one down 1 inch. So that'll be the top, the middle, and then the bottom. I'm going to bring up as well, and I'll tell you how much. 1.25 inches. And I do that, and then I'll put a T for top. And that way I won't get confused with just a blank piece of paper when I go to make my holes. All right, so at the center of every fold, I'm going to put a circle. And then that is where you will make the holes. So I'm hoping this makes sense, and I'm trying not to go fast because I want you to see everything. And so there we go. 3 signatures, top, center, and bottom holes that we're going to make. And then this will get clipped into the spine. And I usually just make sure that it's even on both sides. And then I'm going to clip it top and bottom. And I just use these little sewing clips. And I just make sure it's at the top, just like that. I just made sure it was even. That's why I put it like that. So there we go. And then smooth it out. And put it at the bottom. So now if you have a crocodile, one of the big bites, you can use that. You can use an awl. If you don't have either one, then take a, what else do I have? A pokey tool. You can use a pokey tool as well. I have this one from Stampin' Up. But it's just a pokey tool. You can use that one. I like this one because it has a nice handle that I can actually hold. This one, the handle's kind of short, but either way, it will work. So I need to just grab something. Sorry, just have to grab my magazine. I just use this for collaging. I use it to poke holes, so I'm not making holes in my desk. But so there. So then I can just go in, and I am going to just use this, make a hole comes right out the other side. I always do the center first. That's just what I do. And you'll do the exact same process if you do a hidden spine journal. This one is not going to be hidden spine, obviously. There we go. Just have to stab it a little harder. Crocodiles are good. They, because it has a long arm and you can just press it. Sometimes though, I don't get it completely straight. And yes, I admit it annoys me, but you know, we do what we do and deal with it. And so there, all the holes. Yep, it went through. Just couldn't see it because of the design, but you can see the holes that are there. And that is the top. So I'll just leave that there for now. Good, good, good. I have pages picked out, but let's see. These are our journal cards that everyone has blessed me with. And so I went through everything earlier just to check for sizes, you know how we do, to make sure things work out well. But I'm going to grab these pages that nope, not those ones. These are some of the pages that Tracy and I dyed at her place. I just took a bunch of them. And then I have 3 of each of these kinds of things, and these matte pages, so scrumptious. And these kids lined scratch paper. And then these are from the Dollar Tree. It's just in the kids section, craft paper. I wanted the pages to be plain because I want to show off the journaling cards. So yeah, this is all I did is just grab some pages, and let's see how much time we have. Can put some together. Different sized pages, which are fun. These are interesting to fold because they've been coffee dyed. These lovelies were gifted to me. But matte pages are so fabulous to use. Now these are going to be longer, and I left them that way so that I can fold them back and make little tuck spots for different things. And then these, of course, were I folded already. So let's see what time we have here. 19 minutes. Well, let's pick our pages. I'll just quickly show you what I do. So it's just adding a page to each. And before I sew them in, other pages might get added. I mean, it always happens. It just depends on what I want to see in a signature. And then this is what I'll do. And I think I'm going to do, let's see, 11 pages per signature, because I can always come back and add other things, right? So I'll just keep adding. I lost count already. I don't know if anyone else was counting, but I obviously was not. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7. Eight, 9, 10. So yeah, I'm going to add some different pages. I didn't grab any different pages though. I wasn't thinking I would be doing this part, but that's okay too, because then you can just see how I do it. I don't usually show this bit. So there's 1 signature. This will be 2, and then 3. And then I just add them in together. The long one, and then this. And so that'll be 1 signature. And now this, when I take it off, this I can use to make the holes in my signatures, which is perfect. And then everything will line up nicely. So I'm going to set those 2 aside. I'm just going to show you. I don't want to be chaotic and all over the place and stuff, but this I can show you. So this will get laid in just like this, and then you can make your holes. How wonderful is that, right? So, and I just clip it. I don't want it to move. So I'll just clip it like this, and it's top, and that shows me that it's the top. And make sure all your pages, if you have book pages and stuff in here, just make sure everything is the same, going in the same direction. And then I use my book, sorry, I'm just going to turn it around, and then I pop it in to the hole. And then I will take my pokey tool, and right on that, I will make the hole. Right on the mark. And then it's perfectly aligned with your journal cover, your holes. Isn't that beautiful? So I hope you give that a try. That is just perfect. So I'll leave that there just for a sec, but I know that it's the top, so never mind. So then this one, if I leave, I'm going to leave this one at the 10 pages, and I'll add more to the others because I wanted to make sure that I showed you that part at least. And then it will go right in to the journal, and it'll be lined up nicely. And then these, of course, will get folded back when it's time. All right, so I will leave it there for today. I just wanted to get that, show you what the plan was, and do a little bit together. So we put the cover together. I showed you my process for these. We put holes, and yeah, and there's our pretty cover. All right, questions, comments, please leave them below. You know, I appreciate everything that you send me, and this is a great way to showcase all of the beauty that you create. All right, thanks so much, everyone. God bless. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.